Good morning, Graham.
Hi, Andrew, how are you going?
I'm not too bad. I thought I'd come on board your yacht this morning for our ICA Cogitations. Now, where exactly are we at the moment? Can you just give us an idea?
We're just off Sid Island in the Whitsundays.
And about to come into the Whitsunday Passage, I suppose. Is that right?
We're heading for the Whitsunday Passage, and I hope we'll pick up a bit more wind because we've only got 4 knots here, and that really isn't enough for us at the minute.
And I see we've got some sail up here, so we've got a couple of extra second and third mates on the yacht with us as well. So
yeah, and we're all having a good time.
Yeah. Now, look, I'll tell you what I wanted to talk to you about today is, did you read that there was an article in the paper a couple of days ago about this chap Snowden, the chap thing? What absolutely amazed me with reading the article was that National Security Agency, the US National Security Agency, allowed an external contractor, a systems administrator, basically to have access to unfettered access to systems and applications and document file stores, so he was able to, at will, to actually go and look at so have they never even heard of the issue?
What amazed me was that then Greg Sheridan, who was the journalist who wrote the article, said how the systems admin people are the most dangerous people in the world because they've got this, as you say, unfettered access.
But do they need to?
Absolutely not. I mean, it's the chronic problem of a lot of Australian corporates. They just don't properly plan their IT environment. We've had privileged identity management systems around for many years. There's absolutely no excuse for not managing root access to systems within your organisation.
And are there products in the market that actually does?
Of course there are. CyberArk, LibreSoft software. There's a number of solutions that you can put in that actually provide that.
And how does that work? I mean, how do you actually provide that sort of control?
Your passwords are then held in this vault that's fully encrypted, so nobody can actually get into it other than the PIM software, and all of your privileged accounts, the accounts that do have the ability to get privileged access to systems, are held in it. Now, that's a one way of solving the problem. Another way, of course, is to properly design your identity management system so that you have those accounts managed within your other environment without having to have an extra bit of hardware or software. Yeah. But to suggest that there's no solution for this just means that they plain didn't understand the issue.
Yeah, but I mean, what we're talking about here is we're talking about a US intelligence agency, the National Security Agency, probably the most secure of all of the US government agencies, and yet they didn't understand about root passwords and about controlling and auditing root passwords. I mean, that's a real concern that I have about I just hope our own Australian agencies are similar.
Can do a bit better than
than the US NSA. Doesn't say a lot about US agencies, does it? So
there you go.
I think one of the problems, I think, and I think this has been evidenced, we've seen it in some articles recently, is that after 9/11, there was a lot of concern about there was silos in information, silos of identity. The same problem we have with identity management. There was those silos, and so what happened was that they decided that they didn't join the dots up because they had the information, but they weren't able to join the dots up. So they basically
we've gone too far the other way.
We have.
There's all of the sharing happening with little accountability
and no control,
and
I think the most important thing is audit as well. I think if they had been properly auditing that with something like a PIM, what does PIM stand for again, by the way?
Privileged Identity Management.
Privileged Identity Management. So if we'd done that audit, if there'd been that audit, that probably would have been picked up a lot before this guy jumped on an airplane and disappeared.
And any account with elevated privileges would have been picked up. Yeah, and you could audit it. But then again, if they call us to come fix it, we'll have to go on shore.
We will. Okay, well, thank you very much indeed for today's ICA Cogitations, and we'll finish with there. Thank you very much. That's great.